like to discuss how to use this Chrome extension. We call it, let me just right click on it, Live Editor for CSS less SASS. Or in short, this is Magic CSS. So before anything else, I'd like to walk you through installing it into your local browser. I suggest that you should use Chrome extension to take advantage of the benefit of this tool. So I'll be providing the uh, link where you can download this Chrome extension. Basically, you just need to install it in your local browser, and you're good to go. And you can see a little icon here, or if you can't see here, because I have mine pinned on my browser. So you can just go here and you can check the installed Chrome extension. You can also pin or unpin. You can just use this little toggle button. So enough for this installation, and let me dive into the basics of injecting CSS using this Chrome extension and how we should use it and take advantage of this tool to um, inject or modify the styles of this anywhere in the client's browser. We can implement the um, CSS or custom CSS using this extension. So let me just start with this. Start with this tool, so you can just um, click on it and wait for the extension to load. By default, this is we have this, and by now we should be using the. I suggest we should use SASS since this is the company standard, and we should take advantage of this wonderful technology. So, so first, let me just go to the configuration, basic configuration of this. So we have here. So this is basically disabling the if you have a live code, and it's actually modifying the website. But if you are going to toggle this on and off, then basically the styles will not just apply into the browser or the website, the client's website. So we just need these three buttons. We have the pin, or basically this is not pin. It's just applying. If when we toggle this one, it's just saying that um, any code that we will write here will automatically apply here. So, and another one I'd like to do, we have two mode. We have this little window contained inside the browser, or you can just pop it out. You just select the button, and yeah, you have a completely separate window. So I'd like to do things this way. So let me just put it here, and let me inspect the element, the browser, and we can start styling the client's browser, client's website. So again, the pop-out window is here. So like to do it because I have more control than the other way around. So let me just start using this, something like that. And say for example, I'd like to modify the font size of this element. So let me just put it this way, pop it out, and inspect the element. So probably I'd like to just First is I'd like to get the, you should select the ID of this section. And of course, when writing, if you have, you know, basic CSS ID selector, it looks like this. And since we're writing CSS, SCSS, SAS, so we have a different syntax than writing the regular CSS. Now, I'd like to inspect this specific title, and let me just get the class name, and we have here the class title, and let me just start selecting this, or let me just type in body title and apply the desired CSS. So let me just say I'd like to fix the font size to 12 pixel, and yeah, the font size has changed based on the live CSS or SAS that we have injected. Disable the live injection, so you can just disable it using this one. To toggle it on, you can use it this way. So, and if we are going to apply, uh, of course, this is just a section CSS. The best practice is we should use this section to kind of inject the specific CSS that we want to inject. And take away here is this. We should use the um, class name based on the computed style here. Like for example, if we have opening images, so we don't have any. So you don't need to copy this. All you need to do is just copy the class name, or I'd like to do it this way. Right? Copy this one, and you can start doing your thing. Since we have this here, now let me just it should say opening, and I should create an opening, tabs opening, and start adding um, the BEM methodology of writing SCSS. So basically, we need to concatenate the class, and we are selecting. By the way, I'm using my keyboard, the Alt tab shortcut to toggle from another window, to navigate from one window to another. So I'd like to select the specific image, this container. So I'd like to write underscore images. So by the way, if you want to take and study about what you're doing the this one, so I'll be also including this in our documentation, the BEM methodology. By the way, you can just Google it, and you can just read more about BEM methodology. So you can just go to their documentation. You can watch YouTube videos about BEM, and to kind of understand why these things are being implemented in our platform, in our front end. So yeah, you can just go here, and um, I'll be putting this link, this resource into our documentation as well. By the way, SAS, if you're not familiar with SAS, we have, of course, if you want to take advantage of SAS, you can study it during your free time, or we have YouTube videos about SAS and other tutorials. But you can just go to their website and here you can just read about SASS, and you can just learn SASS. They have a pretty good documentation here, how you can start using SASS. But yeah, all these things are being automated using this Chrome extension. So let me go back here and go back to our CSS injection. And yeah, you can start adding CSS here. And let's say I'd like to change the height to maybe, by default we have 100% height. I'd like to do it 50%. No, I'd like to first height, and it has also a good intelligence. If you're typing height, and it will just suggest the height. And of course, I'd like to do it 50%, and it will automatically. How are we going to know that this specific class is being applied? So we can just go here, and yeah, originally it was 100%, and we can check that it has now the new 50% height coming from here to you. We can just type in 60, and it will be also as we update 60%, and go here, and it should be 16 by now. So if you want to the next part is how we can implement this one in our V3 platform. So let me just log in. I have here the same website. And let's just wait for this. Since we're doing the injection on the home page, you can just edit this page, and we can go to the opening slider, and of course expand the CSS. And you don't need to copy the section ID. All you need to do is just copy this and start pasting this code here and save. Of course, we can actually see the changes here as we paste this code, and there. It will load and apply the specific changes. Yeah. So let me just remove this and discard the changes. So this is how we can inject CSS using this wonderful tool, the Magic CSS. So if you have any question about how we can use this, by the way, before we end up, uh, you should remove this so that you should not save your changes here. Of course, it will persist along the way, but I suggest that you should remove after implementing the CSS. But if you want this code to stay, it will actually stay. It will be saved in your local storage. And but anyway, you can just switch this off, and you can leave that. If you close this and try to visit again, um, since it has been saved on the context of this website, and and you can just load again the CSS code. Let me just wait for it to respond. And yeah, we have the code being implemented here. And we can now, let me just pop it out and put it here. Of course, you can switch on again your implementation. So this is how we should take advantage of this Chrome extension it has features which actually helps us implement the uh, CSS or SASS. Let me know if you have questions about this. Thank you.